Ready. Black 22. Johnny.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 15. Check 15.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Off the play fake, Winston. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watch the safety crew. Check one day.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Johnny. Black 22. Check 53.
Tighten up.
Wait.
Check 31.
From the gun, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
Rip right. Kill.
Rock it.
Check.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Double dog. That's the way.
Hey, orbit.
From the gun, Eason. And he completes it to Cohen. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55.
Go.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long
Yeah.
Operating from the gun, Eason. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Let's go, baby.
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Eason. It's caught. It's Miller. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go.
Off play action. Eason nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
53 is the mic.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert.
Here we go. Watch that green. Watch that green.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Check 13. Check 35.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right. Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The first down throw for Wednesday. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Winston. Flushed out right. Looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Winston escapes the sack. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
2nd and 5. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
58, Mike. Hey, defense.
Leo.
First down, a run with Cohen. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch it.
Check. Hey, Sam off. Good.
Check.
X3. 218, chop it.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
That's baby shot. Let's go.
Hey.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch twist.
53, though.
53. Check 53.
From the gun, Eason. And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason, the screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Kill.
Go.
Off the play fake. Eason. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. You ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
Motion.
Go.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. Jameis to throw it. Complete to Hilton.
Winston's pass. Complete to number 13.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Colts first down.
Ready.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check 25.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ready. Mike 25.
Number 53. Mike 53.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Now Winston. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Come on, fellas.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Ready. Black 25. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
15.
On 1st down, Eason. That's complete to Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to go up top for the end. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. 3rd down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Hey, Charlie. Look at me. Door. Let's see what you got. Go.
Looking to throw. Eason. He's going to fire one. Deep left sideline. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
We've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, exit. Get that quarterback deep.
On 1st and 10, Eason. He's got Burton here. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Rock it.
Now Cohen. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll bring him back within 4. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah. Now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
On the ready.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Back. Defense.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Eason. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 22 yards there, a first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver's able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Trey Burton. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Look at me. Zipper.
Switch. Joker.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Back now at Soldier Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They try again with Cohen. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 55. You can't block me. Mike 55.
From the gun, Eason. And that will be incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Cohen. And some room to maneuver. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Play action now. Winston. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And the catch made by Hilton. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Winston. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing, Winston. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
And he gets them a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Squeeze. Ready?
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
We own them. Here we go.
Winston now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Go.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Great. Watching you fair.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen, and they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Chicago, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on